Hey, good morning. It's Monday morning, November the 15th, and in Savannah, Georgia this morning, it is a beautiful day. A little cool, but a beautiful day. Thanks for joining us for another episode of Coffee with Mr. Larry, and we'll just go ahead and kind of get cranked up. Today's not going to be really warm and fuzzy. This is kind of a warning, 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 Will Robinson. So just kind of be prepared, but it's something that every boomer and younger need to know. So let's get started. Here we go. So when we get, here's our plan. Our plan is I'm living in my house. I'm 70 years old. Yes, I know I don't look a day over 40, but I'm 70 years old. I'm living in my house. Life is good. And so my plan is I'm going to live in my house forever. And yeah, I know somewhere in the back of my mind that I'm going to have a little bit of health hiccup every now and again. But my plan is to stay in my house, aging in place, they call it in our business, until until the undertaker comes and gets me and takes me someplace else. Well, that's really not how it typically works out. So we tend to age in place as long as we can, and that's a good thing. But we're burning assets to be able to do that. We need help to come in. By the time we start to need this kind of assistance in around 80 or so, our spouse is about our same age. They can't really help in a healthy way move us. Excuse me, or get us or get us where we need to be. We need to bring help in. Help's very expensive, and so we start to burn through cash. Eventually, we discover that we cannot stay in our house any longer. Typically, that happens when a medical event occurs. So then we move over into assisted living, and we now we're rolling in here and paying three, four, five, $6,000 a month, depending on where you are, and we really are burning through cash and assets very quickly. And then we discover that we've run out of money, and our only recourse is to go into the nursing home and become really a ward of the state. So that's our unplanned path. That's not what we signed on for, but that unfortunately is sort of how life tends to work. Here's some statistics, and I don't know how to get rid of that if that's showing up for you. Here's some statistic. Well, try it again. Nope, maybe I won't try it again. Here's some statistics that ought to bother you a little bit. The average age to enter a nursing home is about 79. Now, you can argue with all of these statistics. I don't know how to stop it for you. Some say 82, but whatever, somewhere in our future, it's going to happen. 40% of the individuals who reach 65, that would be me and you if you're there, we're going to see the nursing home sometime in our lifetime. The average cost to a full blown medical nursing home is about $7,000 to $8,000 to $9,000 a month, depending on where you live. The average stay in that nursing home is 892 days, 2.5 years. All right. Lots and lots and lots of money. Now, if you run out of money, the state of Georgia, if that's where you live in, state of Georgia picks up the freight, and you're just broke as a yard dog. And unfortunately, you leave your spouse in a very similar way. Not completely, but in a very similar way. All right. Now, why am I telling you all this? Well, because Tom Hegna, one of the experts that's in our business today on retirement income, says that we go through three phases of retirement: the go-go years, the slow-go years, and the no-go years. Right? The go-go years, we're playing golf, we're having fun, we're going on cruises, we're driving to see the grandkids. That's good. That's a good time. And somehow we think that in our own mind that that's going to go on forever. But unfortunately, sooner or later, that go-go year becomes slow-go year, where we can still do it, but we really don't want to get out after dark. We don't want to drive downtown and park. We don't want to get in the car and drive. And then ultimately we wind up in if we live long enough, we wind up in the no-go years where we just can't go anywhere. We're not mobile. Somebody's got to take us. And that happens more frequently than we want to admit. Now, so here's the deal. Most of the people that I know are either my age, maybe a little bit older and younger, right? So I do these because I want you to understand and not be surprised when all of this stuff begins to happen. And I've seen it happen from the perspective of being a pastor, and I've seen it from the perspective of being a financial guy. And so my encouragement for you is for all of us, including me, to remember that we are not 10 foot tall and bulletproof. Sooner or later, we just run out of gas. Sooner or later, something will happen. Sooner or later, we're going to either die, and then doesn't matter, I guess, or we're going to live longer than we expect to in a way we don't expect, and then we're in trouble. But many of us can fix that today if we do something about it. There are options, but you got to have a plan. Only 3% of Americans have done anything about protecting their assets for long-term care. How about you? Have you done anything? If not, let's talk. This is long. I didn't mean to, and I messed it up, but it's pretty good stuff. So thank you for tuning in here on this Monday morning. Tomorrow morning, we'll tackle another topic, and y'all have a great and blessed day. God loves you, and always remember that. Take care. Bye-bye.